The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Wednesday, the 27th day of November, 2024. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. I'm Jamel Hartman. She's Maya Palacio. And Teo Dill will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in the news break brought to you by People's. Happy Wednesday, MP. How are you?
You know what? Feeling pretty decent, not gonna lie. Happy Wednesday to you too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I didn't think we mentioned earlier this week. This is our final show of the week, folks.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing a show tomorrow. We're giving you a break. You know, we said, you know what? You're tired of hearing me talk. You know, you're tired of listening to me. So we decided we're going to give you a break today. I mean, not today. Tomorrow and Friday, and then come back refreshed on Monday for the home stretch for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Can you believe? Wow.
Yeah, man.
2024 is basically over.
It's done. Fried. Almost history. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of the year discussions with the audience, though. I really am. David Michael Wilson says, have a wonderful Wednesday. Oh, you as well, David. We appreciate you. Suzanne Ingham says, awesome Wednesday, Jamel, Maya, and Teo. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. I miss you already. She knew we were out tomorrow. See? Well, greetings, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome Perry Trott, a lawyer and attorney at Trott and Duncan. He's coming on to discuss his new book around estate planning. The drama begins. Looking forward to this. Now, I've been very transparent with my own situation with my mother's estate. It's not easy. It's a conversation, as I said to Mr. Trott earlier, that we don't have enough in our community. So I'm really, really looking forward to this discussion this morning. This is a community conversation that everyone needs to at least have some understanding of. So make sure you share the conversation with your friends, family, and colleagues prior to him coming on. The Daily Play is holiday trivia today. Now, as of late, when I just pick a question, everybody's just been rolling up with the answer before my music could finish. So I may have to actually do things a bit different this morning. I'm gonna do the same strategy, because if Maya gets it today, then I'm gonna switch my strategy. Let's do one more time. I'll just pick out the box. All right. And if she gets it, she gets it. All right. I'm not here to hate on Maya. That's not the goal. Really?
I'm just
thought I couldn't see it.
With the punches.
Thought I couldn't see it. Anyway, folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. All right, here's today's question, audience. Jump right into it. It is the United States Thanksgiving celebration tomorrow, and which is usually followed by America's biggest shopping day, which is Black Friday. Over the years, Bermudians and Bermudian businesses have taken part in Black Friday sales, and some have done the doorbuster things. Obviously, retail has changed, so a lot is going online as far as Cyber Monday, which usually follows. But I guess the question of the morning, and I think some people are just going to all say the same answer, but I want us to think deep on this because somebody stole my answer already. But what's a Black Friday sale you'd like to see in Bermuda? What's a Black Friday sale you'd like to see in Bermuda? But also, yes or no, do you support the idea of Black Friday sales in Bermuda? and we should say retail sales in Bermuda. Do you support the idea of Black Friday retail sales in Bermuda? Yes or no? Do you support the idea of Black Friday retail sales in Bermuda? Yes or no? But the bigger question is, what's a Black Friday sale you'd like to see in Bermuda? Like, what's something that comes to my mind? Go ahead. Take it away, Maya.
I'm really trying to think it because I have such mixed feelings on this. But I love the idea of a good deal for people that like really helps a long way with the family. Like, of course, love that idea. That it happens around the same time as everyone else is doing it too can just be kind of chaotic, right? When it comes to like these really great deals that everyone's kind of like fighting over. So do I support the idea of Black Friday retail sales? I'll say yes and no. I'll say yes and no to that. But I do appreciate a really good deal. And what Black Friday sale would I like to see in Bermuda? Whatever everyone's struggling with the most, I love to see a decrease in that price to give some people some relief. So whether that be gas or electricity, it seems like the biggest ones right now.
Gas and electricity. So pretty much the Belco bills, folks. And I think Maya makes a lot of sense. I mean, that would be something that is a need. I would say a need, right? It's a necessity. You know, electricity, necessity. Yeah. Food, shelter, electricity. Our ancestors didn't live with the kind of electricity we have today. But all right, audience, what are your thoughts? What's a Black Friday sale you'd like to see? And also, do you support the idea of Black Friday retail sales in Bermuda? Larry Marshall, he says bank lending rates. Bank lending rates. Yeah, that's a Black Friday sale you'd like to see, some lower rates, right? Okay. Sean Smith says, I would like to see a Black Friday sale on homes. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be on the surface. I can't say I don't disagree. Yeah. I get it. I think what we're talking about is things that are considered necessities. I think, and that's the point, right? I saw a meme. They still call them memes, right?
Depends. What are you going to say next?
No, I saw a meme. It said, look, at this point, everyone's got a flat screen. We need like some discounts. You saw that meme?
I saw it. I don't know if the meme was more just like maybe a comment. But yeah,
it was a comment. Yeah. I don't know what a meme is. But anyway.
Pictures.
Oh, it's got it didn't have a picture. It's just a quote. So, okay, that's it. I saw a social media quote. And it basically said, yo, everyone has a flat screen TV at this point. We need some Black Friday sales on
like groceries or whatever. Like I remember
groceries and stuff. Yeah. And but it's real, Maya. Like, are we still getting the material stuff like we used to? I'm interested because I did see an article and I meant to save it to read on the show. I saw an article on LinkedIn and it said retailers not worried, but concerned. Like they're hopeful. They're not confident about retail sales this holiday season, which is interesting because, and one of the things it said in the headline is people are still concerned about spending on things they don't need. Yeah, I wish I used to always get those articles from LinkedIn and share them on the show. But audience, what are your thoughts? What's a Black Friday sale you'd like to see in Bermuda? And do you support the idea of Black Friday retail sales in Bermuda? I'm going to answer since Maya answered. Whether or not I support it, I think I hate to choose Maya's side and be like neutrality. You know what Dr. King said about taking neutral positions, but I'm with Maya. I'm taking that neutral position. I think yes and no. I think it's a balance, right? There are certain things that some people may say of wants, like, okay, you want to get children a few gifts for Christmas, but it doesn't always have to be toys. It could be something that helps with math or stuff like that. That's on sale in the toy section. To me, that's a good thing if you're not able to spend a certain amount of money and that sale comes along and now you can get 40% off on this thing that helps them with math. I don't like the idea of people trampling each other and waking up early and going out of the way and pushing and shoving to get things that what many would say are not necessities or needs, I think that's concerning. And I'm not saying it just because they're a sponsor of the show, because I think prior to them coming on as a sponsor, they took the high road in this. But People's Pharmacy, I'll never forget when they stepped aside from having the traditional Black Friday doorbuster sale, because if I remember correctly, the statement from People's Pharmacy was that it was putting their staff in harm's way, and basically no amount of money is worth risking the safety of our employees. To me, that was one of the most brilliant statements I don't think we highlighted enough in terms of an employer-employee relationship and how they valued the people working for them more than they did the dollar. I don't know if you remember that situation, Maya.
I don't, but I completely agree. And I could even say, because when I worked at Noah's Ark and still work with them, it's just like we don't do Black Friday, but we put out the Christmas sales and all of our big discounts literally like now, like, in this time period. So like it lasts all the end of December. So you get those big discounts. So it's not exactly Black Friday, but it is, all the sales always start early for Christmas, like around that same time. That way people aren't, rushing for this one day thing. It's continuous for like a whole month. So,
I think that's the way to do it, and I think that's what People's has done and is still doing. I love that way, and it has us. And I hate to say it, but I'm honestly, man, it has us acting more civil and not like animals over, a lot of material things that we probably don't need. I'm not here to tell people what they need on it. But all right, audience, question of the morning. What's a Black Friday sale you'd like to see in Bermuda? And do you support the idea of Black Friday retail sales in Bermuda? Charles H. Jeffers II, he says, solar energy is a Black Friday sale I'd like to see. A Belco bill sale is temporary relief, while solar energy is more permanent. I like that.
Yeah, so I was thinking that, I was like, for one day, like one bill or whatever, like, is that going to make, it will probably impact somebody, but at the same time, longevity. But yeah, I hear what you're saying, Charles.
But I think, to his point, Belco will make that up somehow. Your bill will go up somehow in the next quarter or something. It just feels that way. Like, okay, you'll get this discount here, but we're gonna get that much because the house never loses. You know what they say when you go to a casino, it never loses. So yeah, they'll find a way to make it up. Suzanne Ingham says, I went to the first Black Friday here. People were pushing on the glass door so much. The manager said, if you continue, our doors will stay closed. People, calm down. I've never been again. I'd like to see the bank remove my interest rate for my mortgage. Belco and food to permanently be lower.
Should have been for more than just a Black Friday.
I'm knocking you. Go aim high, Suzanne. Aim high. You never know where you'll fall, but aim high. Aim high. What else, audience? What's a Black Friday sale you'd like to see in Bermuda? Like, what's something we see all the retail stuff these days. We see all the things that Maya, this time of year, I don't know if you're like me, but like somewhere you haven't shopped in like probably 5-6 years, right? All of a sudden, I'm getting emails from them because I forgot to unsubscribe. Like, hey, 40% off at, Banana Republic or Coach. And I'm like, but I don't mess with you all no more. I thought I unsubscribed. Right? Yeah. But the pressure. And then Amazon, if you've shopped on Amazon, they'll say, hey, like they'll tempt you. Still interested in this? Well, it's now on sale. Like, have you been receiving emails like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a time of year for it. It's gonna come out, like, honestly. And I'm actually curious if anyone's actually participated in Bermuda's Black Fridays, like woken up early and done all that, because I've done that once with my family. I was in high school. I feel like I was probably in my second year. And honestly, it was probably one of the most memorable, happy days I remember. Just like being really excited to like wake up early and go somewhere before school. Like that felt really like cool to me. And I remember going out with my sister and my mom. I can't remember what we got because I think we just wanted to like see what it was like for the most part. But we did end up getting some pizza because it was on like a really good deal before school.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, 4-Star had that Black Friday thing that time, right?
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah, but I think it was just like the regular people. They're like, I feel like they're like $4 or something. It was like really, really cheap, and I remember being able to get them before school.
Maya, dang, you just took me back. You said second year of high school, though?
I know I was in high school because I remember being dropped off.
My goodness. I mean, I was just aging myself, but wow, I remember that. But you know what Maya just said, though? it may be hectic to us, but it's like adrenaline to a young child, right? They love it. My concern though, although Bermuda, Suzanne, shared her experience, and we know of experiences where people just don't behave well. In the United States, I mean, years ago, it used to be so bad. People get trampled and killed for some Jordans and stuff like that. I participated in Black Friday in the US a couple times, like meaning just went shopping. I've never stood in lines. I've never went, early in the morning like that. Like, I don't have the patience. And there's never been something that I wanted that much where I would put myself through that. But I'm going to be honest with you, it was quite entertaining watching people on the news. It is. Like, it's entertaining. And I'm not saying entertaining from a judgment stance. I'm saying entertaining because it reminds you that if we as human beings want something so bad and we have the desire and right attitude, we can probably get it. But it's understanding the wants, like the materials, versus the things that may be more hurdles to achieve and reach things. But I think people on Black Friday are some hungry people. It's just about how do we change their desire? How do we change the direction of their interest? Farah Palacio says, good morning. I don't think the Black Friday sales are worth it, to be honest. Sales happen all year round with less stress.
And that too, because that was something that I actually saw on social media. It's just like, it's not the same type of Black Friday sales that it used to be like 10 years ago. Like when they used to drop a flat screen TV down that was like $600 to like $100. Now it's like from $600 to $559. It's like, it's not the deals that we used to have way back in the day. So
I'm be honest with you. So Express, right? That's where I like to get my jeans, right? So saw some jeans on Express last week, so I put them in my cart. So I'm like, I ain't spending $88 on jeans. You all call me cheap all you want. But I'm not spending $88 on their jeans. I'll leave that in my cart to Black Friday sales. This morning, so I go back to express.com every day for the last week, and the jeans are in my cart. This morning, got an email from Express, right? Because all those emails might that be coming. Say, oh, Black Friday starts now, 40% off, right? So I clicked the link. All of a sudden, the jeans ain't in my cart anymore. Anyway, I went back and put the jeans in my cart, got the 40% off. Maya, I ain't saying we have to share our personal business, but do you know, I'm just echoing what Farah's saying. It's like, we know the sale's coming. Why would we spend the $88 when you're going to give it to me for $52 next week, right? And her explanation here, Black Friday is Consumer Olympics, LOL. It literally is. So I'm going to tell folks, honestly, I realized I didn't need the jeans, so I wasn't going to buy them. But I'm like, if we catch a sale, then I'll purchase them. I don't have patience, but I had to have it in that instance.
So the jeans did discount though?
Yeah, $52.80 this morning, 40% off.
So that's nice for you.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like they took them out of my cart. I would just keep them in my cart. So, and then, hold up, this was the final thing, Maya, because we got to bring sale in. The other thing is that they keep sending you these emails once you put in your cart. Hurry, they're going up, they're going. Only 7 left in stock. They kept doing that to me. You feel me? Like, folks, I wish I should. I'm going to start screenshotting because me telling you, I'm telling you.
Well, I believe you because like I get the same things too. And like, I'm not even a heavy shopper like online, but if I just like to like I don't know if anyone else does this, but I like to just go on and pretend like I'm about to buy something. I never really truthfully do. If I do, it's very, very rare, like once every 5 years. But yeah, I just like to go. I like to see things. And then, but because I do that, I always get all the notifications that come with it. I'm just like, I just want to have fun and pretend. Like, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You go
Amara,
shopping.
you asked the audience, has anyone participated in Black Friday? Renee Simmons says, nope, not me. I used to shop overseas on Black Friday when I shop till I drop. But as you get older, that's not me. I hated it overseas and never bothered here at all. Farah Palacio says, it's really great to find the brands you like and wait until they get on sale. But a lot of these companies are daft playing it. Yeah, they play. Farah, like seriously, they play it with me.
The price.
Yeah.
Done. Back to
Folks, honestly, I'm almost, on Miles level. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought something like full price. Like maybe once in a blue moon, I'll buy something full price. But even Cop Match, what I might have on Cop Match, trust me, that was probably last year 75% off. Like I see no point in buying things at full price when it comes to retail sales and clothing and stuff. I don't see the point.
You know what? Because you said it, well, thrifting, there's a thrift store out here in Toronto that I absolutely love. It's called National Thrift, and they always have like the best deals. And they're actually having a Black Friday sale, which I didn't think that, a thrift store would, but I'm actually, and I guess on Friday, and I will be going there. I'm telling you, I will be going there. I'll probably videotape it just so you
I was going to say, experience.
I will show you that experience. It was like, I think it's almost like 40% off, 50% off if you buy something before Thursday. And you go there, but I'm not going to say it's a track to get there for me. It's like an hour to get there. But I will definitely be going on Friday.
All right. Last one beater. Let's bring Teo in and see. I mean, I think Teo's a Black Friday shopper. No, what they call it, Cyber Monday shopper. I don't think he's a Black Friday guy. Let's check him out. Let's see what he thinks.
Hey y'all, morning. I am exactly in the same space as both of y'all. I'm old enough to have lived through the heyday of Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales where you actually got like dope deals.
Yep.
Made sense, like going to sleep early the day before so you could wake up at midnight or just stay all the way up so you could catch it as soon as it goes live. It ain't like that no more. It's not. Like in the end of October, prices will suddenly jump up like $45, $55 on the specific item you're looking for. And then a month later, hey, Black Friday sale, $55 off. And it's like, this is just what it was in August. This ain't no better.
It's been proven. It has been proven, Teo. Like, I mean, it's been shown. Like,
I know.
That Amazon doesn't, is it Prime Day deal? Yeah, Prime Day.
Prime Day is, no, that's a disgrace.
It is.
I have instances where I go in on my logged in one, and I gotta delete my account anyway. I don't even want to use it. But I go into my logged in one with Prime, and it's, let's say the item's like $55. I'm like, that's crazy. And then I go in as just a guest and like as a nobody, and the item was like $41. I'm like, make that make sense.
Look,
yeah.
No, I'm like Jeff Bezos. I mean, not preying on anybody's downfall, but if he banged his shins real hard on the side of his bathtub,
it's silly.
Like I wouldn't be upset with him. Like the only reason I keep Prime, to be real with you, is like the shipping speed. Like we got like the regular options and then free shipping, and it's a little bit faster when you do it for Prime. But like it's not like it was.
The moral of Taylor's story is go to Noah's Ark, go to People's.
Yes. No, for real. Like I would much rather pay my neighbor than a billionaire.
Yeah,
I
agree.
So yeah.
What you got?
As far as news, our tourism numbers are still growing with meaningful increases in visitor arrivals and overall spending for this year's third quarter. This from the BTA, who shared that the over 50,000 leisure air visitors we got during last quarter was a more than 13% bump over the same period last year. This group of visitors spent nearly $115 million, which represents an almost 25% year-over-year increase. And drilling down a little bit further, the average spend per leisure air visitor went up by over 10% from Q3 2023 to just over $2,200. How y'all feel? Does that map on the reality for you?
$2,200 per
person. Yeah.
For leisure flying.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally the cruise people that spend way less, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, that number seems higher than I remember, but yeah, it's the cruise that spend less.
Mm-hmm. No, the cruise people are the ones that think they could haggle. like, you know, they're in a smaller, less developed economy where they can get in a taxi and be like, all right, I'm gonna give you $8. What'd you say to that? Like, it does not work like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't sharing the numbers in comparison with pre-pandemic 2019?
No. But with that in mind, though, Jay, the CEO of the BTA, Tracy Barkley, she was recently in London for the Caribbean Tourism Organization World Travel Market, where she celebrated this progress specifically in the context of the pre and post pandemic transition. And she also identified some of the key problems that have been getting in the way of more local tourism success, including before we actually got into COVID.
I think for us, we're becoming more front of mind. I think there was a period of time, if I'm going to be very honest, where we became very complacent as a destination. We were moving from success to success, and I think we felt like there were things that we didn't need to do anymore. So coming out of COVID, rebranding the destination, doing a whole new brand refresh, we are very clear and sure-footed that we're here to stay, and we want to open up Bermuda to new visitors as well as receiving our returning ones.
Can I say this without sounding like I'm hating?
I don't know yet.
Yeah,
I don't know yet.
So I'll make a comment. Honestly, I would email Miss Barkley directly what I'm about to say, so it's not something I wouldn't say to her, but her speaking about tourism does not give me confidence. I just her speaking just now didn't give me confidence. She doesn't seem to possess I don't feel, and she's speaking and look like just her mannerism doesn't give me confidence that this is the person that can lead Bermuda's tourism to the next level. And maybe that's very shallow of me, but she doesn't give me confidence. And I'm gonna say something. I think Victoria Isley, who I could not stand, who was the former chief sales and marketing officer at the BTA, actually, she had a confidence about her when she spoke about it. I mean, I didn't believe a word she said, but
it sounded good when she said it.
It felt like she knew what she was talking about. I just didn't think it worked. Just now, what I felt was hope. What I felt was regurgitation of political points. It didn't seem like, so look, tourism this and tourism that, and like you couldn't walk me from step A to Z about how Bermuda is going to grow its tourism. I didn't get that kind of confidence from it. That's what I mean. I got you. I'm not. It's not the that I dislike her as an individual. I just think as a CEO of a tourism organization, she does not give me confidence.
Like the vibes are off, type thing.
It doesn't seem organic and natural for that person to lead this organization and the country as a whole into the stratosphere Bermuda needs to be as a tourism destination. And I don't want people to think I'm doing that because she's a woman or because she's a black woman. None of that. At the end of the day, it's the individual, it's the person.
Let me say this though, because the particular critique that she had about tourism is something that I think has been found really explicitly in a new super detailed review of our flagship luxury property, illustrating the problem that we have had and apparently kind of continue to have with complacency in the space. There's a review of the St. Regis Resort that was just published on upgradedpoints.com yesterday. And it's from the perspective of Ryan Smith, a writer who described he and his sister's experience of surprising their mama with a birthday gift trip to the luxury hotel here in Bermuda. Now, the article concludes saying that they enjoyed their stay despite some setbacks. His mama loved the surprise, but there were numerous failings that you wouldn't expect from a luxury resort. He wrote, quote, "Unless this hotel makes significant updates to maintenance and staff training, I will not return here. We left feeling like we didn't get what we paid for, not in terms of the luxury promised at this price point." Now, that said, more than anything else, he did praise the attitude and overall kindness from the staff, which fits, I think, our desired reputation. He also gave clear props to the restaurants and overall amenities in the space. But here are some of the biggest problems he identified about the St. Regis experience in the article with pictures that he took that I snagged from the article itself. So They had to wait about 20 minutes to check in because apparently there are only 2 reception desks available for guests to enter the space, which seems to me like maybe 1 or 2 too few. Like, that's a little weird. The digital thermostat in the room frustrated them for the whole trip. They were messing with it, but they only ever felt either too hot or too cold the whole way through whenever they were in the room. None of the staff mentioned the complimentary shuttle to St. George's, which seems a little bit weird. Speaking of the staff, when they could find them, they were great, but they were not consistently available or even anywhere to be seen. And there were a few physical plant problems, as you can see here. The writer said they didn't see anybody fixing these issues and that they didn't seem to be that big of a deal to anybody. Now, this is the point. This is what you get at the St. Regis for over $1,000 a night. So, spending that much money for people that are not from a place where everything is insanely expensive, I'm the last person to fuss about stuff like this. To be honest with you, I would never write a review like that. But that's just me. Like, I can get spending $1,000 a night and feeling like these are problems I paid to not have to deal with. But you can check out the review yourself on upgradepoints.com.
Have either of you stayed in like a luxury hotel or Ritz or St. Regis before?
I
Yeah.
think probably as high as the Lauren for me, but yeah.
Okay. I've stayed in a St. Regis and a Ritz, and I was shocked because I don't belong in this hotel. That's not my vibe. I'm a court.
Yeah. No, I felt completely out of place. Like I shouldn't be here.
I'm a courtyard Marriott guy. Call me what you want. But in saying that, thank you for that story, Taylor. And I'll tell you why. Because it takes me back to last week when people were saying no one's talking about the Clarion Bank situation. And, when you rely on advertising and sponsorship to, do what we do, you're on thin ice, right? It's like, can you have these real and honest conversations? I think that's a necessary conversation because what I haven't shared is that I've read many travel sites and spaces, which I follow from my time in tourism, with the same response to what you just shared. It's consistent. This is something many Bermudians wouldn't know. That feedback is consistent about our supposedly most luxury hotel. So going back, and I know Farah said, I sounded like a hater, but she wasn't inspired, but she seemed confident. This is why I'm not confident. You get what I'm saying? Mm. This is why I don't feel confident as her as a tourism leader, because of things like this. Because as a tourism leader, it's your job to work with these properties to ensure that these things are met and fixed. You don't own the properties, but without them, you can't succeed at your job. You feel me? So that's where I'm saying I don't get leadership to lead Bermuda forward. If we can go from one story, which is supposed to be positive, to this, and it's like, well, do the hoteliers even respect you to listen and take your feedback seriously?
That's a good question. I have no idea what the answer would be. Now I'm embarrassed because I got a zip, but there's one piece of really good news that I think will help cleanse the palate a little bit from that. Bermuda's position as the second largest captive domicile on the planet has been reinforced by the BMA's granting of 10 more licenses for captive insurance businesses here in the Bermuda this year. A recently published report on licensing activity between January and October highlights our expanding role in the global captive insurance market, and BMA data indicates the authority approved 5 Class 1 captives, 2 Class 2, 1 Class 3, and 2 Class A captives during this period. This all means that 53 new insurance entities were set up here so far this year, including 10 intermediaries. The only place on the planet with a higher percentage of captives of the captive market is the state of Vermont, with 6%, only 6% more global captives than Bermuda. Now, that said, right, I don't know if y'all know, but I wasn't entirely sure what a captive insurance company was. Mm-hmm. Do either of you have any idea?
Yes and no.
I mean, yes, but
reinsurance or captive. I need to understand what the difference is.
Okay, it's a pretty smart and slick setup that serves a specific type of business needs, with built-in potentially big money benefits on the back end, as explained here. And it's when you hear what it is, you understand why so many of them are here in Bermuda.
Paid out a lot of money in premiums, but their claims are a fraction of what they pay out. Or they pay in premium. So they say, I'm going to create my own insurance company. They pay those premiums to their own insurance company. And then we get reinsurance on the back end to make sure that if there's anything catastrophic, that they're not, destitute. But it's an insurance company, a business owner sets up, or an association is an association of people that all come together to say, we want to do this. Or there's risk retention groups where people come in. I mean, it's just an alternative form of risk management. But this isn't the reason people do it, but there are some significant tax benefits for being an insurance company.
Man, they always a step ahead of the game, are they?
I'm telling you, like, it's the kind of thing. I'm embarrassed because we've been doing stories about like the success of the captive industry for years now. Yeah. And I never really knew what they were, but now it makes so much sense. Like, if you got the capital to look at your insurance premiums and say, you know what, I'm gonna do this better. I got to spend all this. Let me set up my own insurance company and then get a better deal on reinsurance rates. I'm coming out ahead at the end of the year every time anyway. And then I got to deal with so much tax on top. Like, it's so slick.
At the end, I was waiting for that part at the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How's the weather looking today?
Conditions should gradually improve over the next couple of days. Today, mix of sun and cloud, temps in the low 70s, and the sky should brighten up a bit tomorrow. Friday, though, is currently looking gray, wet, and thundery due to the approach of a long patch of low pressure. So adjust your schedule accordingly. No picnics on deck for the end of the week.
All right, cool. Maya, you got the days of the year for us?
Yes, days of the year today. So it was a lot, but I think the one I found to be most interesting is actually a week. So it's actually National Tree Week. And we talked a lot about environment this weekend last on the show. So National Tree Week is a lively celebration focused on the importance of trees in our environment, in communities to come together and appreciate the vital role trees play in our lives. So this is actually an annual event. It's probably the largest. It actually happens in the UK, aiming to kick off the winter tree planting season. So reasons to celebrate. National Tree Week is celebrated for several significant reasons. Trees are crucial for combating climate change as they absorb carbon dioxide, improve our air quality, and provide a habitat for wildlife. So it's National Tree Week.
You know what? So all you people, I hope you don't have the real Christmas trees in your house this year, all right? Environmentally friendly we're going to be, all right?
You know what I saw on Twitter? Some Bermudian actually had a pre-planted like cedar tree, like a small one, like had purchased that and is using that as a Christmas tree. I think J3 is the name. And is using that so that afterwards they can plant it immediately after.
That's fly.
Cool.
I was like, that is so cool.
We're getting better at this environment thing.
That's fly.
Yeah.
I know you got a zip, right? But we got to get the people what they want. Suzanne wants a joke. She said, pretty please with sugar on top, honey on top. Sugar has tax, you know? So let me get to the joke before you head out there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, suffer with me.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be like that? All right, here we go.
Why you gotta be like this? That's the question I have.
Okay, here we go. How do you describe a child who doesn't believe in Santa?
Realistic.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but yes, realistic, sensible, rational, just good people overall.
Okay. Ready for the answer?
Yeah.
How do you describe a child who doesn't believe in Santa? A rebel without a clause. Get it? Clause. Somebody stop, man. Tay, enjoy that one, man. Go have fun. We don't want no response from you. Have a wonderful weekend.
I gotta have another shower. Thank you very much to wash the stench of that off me. That stinks. I'll see y'all later.
Bye. All right, tell your deal, folks. If you've appreciated the conversation, give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna come back. We've got Perry Trott. We're gonna get serious. We're gonna talking about one of these most important conversations we would have had this year, estate planning. You all, I've been very transparent about my own situation with my mom's estate. So looking forward, he's got a book that's going to help us all through this. We'll have no excuses after the show. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, 12 seconds. Stick with us.
Let's face it, life can be a little wild, but shopping doesn't have to be. I choose People's, so that whether it's a prescription that needs to be filled, a toy for my little terror, or a gift for a new addition to the family, we'll see about that. Everything's available in one convenient location. Some call it People's. I call it my one-stop shop in the city. People's, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level. Wake up in the morning with enough coffee to keep you running throughout the entire day. Your pet at home deserves the best. Stock up on dog food to keep your puppy happy. Need a quick, tasty lunch at home? Your chicken nuggets will be jumping right out of the freezer. What's a movie night without popcorn? You can never have too much. Lindo's Next Level. Why go anyplace else?
Unlock your business potential with BDC's General Microloan, offering up to $30,000 for Bermudian small and medium businesses. Whether it's for inventory, working capital, or equipment, we provide 100% guarantee on approved loans. Simple application, low interest rates, and fast processing. Apply today and make your business dream come true.
Looking for the best care for your pets? Nova's Ark Feed and Supply has everything you need, from top quality foods to toys and supplies. We've got it all. Join our frequent buyer program and earn rewards every time you shop. Plus, we've been awarded the Clever Customer Initiative program for helping you save more. And don't forget, we open an hour early on Saturdays so you can get a head start on your pet care. Visit us today or shop online for easy pickup or delivery. Your pets will thank you.
Live exceptionally with HSBC MasterCard Pay with Rewards. Transform your points into what you love and get closer to winning an unforgettable trip to Dubai or one of 3 luxury experiences in Bermuda. To start following these steps, download the Pay and Rewards app from the App Store or Google Play. Register your HSBC MasterCard credit card in the app. Set your preferences to use points automatically or for your next purchase. Use your HSBC MasterCard for every purchase and redeem your points into rewards. In addition, for every $300 spent with your HSBC MasterCard, earn a chance to win an incredible monthly experience. Terms and conditions apply. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
Bermuda Trivia, the Black History Edition, is now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Visit bermudatrivia.com or email contact@bermudatrivia.com to learn more.
All righty, welcome back to the Big Show. Maya Palacio, I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House, Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Please don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. If you haven't already, make sure you give us a like, a love, follow. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Without further ado, let's give a warm TDH welcome to our guest today. We have Perry Trott. He's an attorney at Trott and Duncan, and he's written a book, And the Drummer Begins. Folks, it's time to get serious right before the holidays. Let's give a warm TDH welcome. Greetings, sir. Greetings. Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Good morning. Good morning, Jamal. Good morning, Maya. Thank you for having me. Appreciate this.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming, and thanks for your patience. Sometimes we got a little carried away with this morning's discussion, but I must ask you before we get into today's conversation, are you a real Christmas tree or are you a, I guess, artificial Christmas tree kind of person?
I'm going to be honest to you, I'm neither. I don't put up a Christmas tree. What I do is I go to everybody's house and enjoy theirs. I don't like the fuss of taking down the Christmas tree. That's the issue.
Man, this is my
I know.
my kind of person. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Well, again, thanks for joining us this morning and for this conversation. But before we jump into what we're going to discuss today, can you just share with the audience a bit about your background and what it is that you do?
Okay. I want the audience to know that I'm 100% Bermudian, and a proud Bermudian at that. I currently practice in property and probate and estates law. I'm a director at Trott and Duncan and a founding member of Trott and Duncan.
Alrighty. And I'm excited about why you're here today. As I said, I've been very transparent. We lost my mom in 2022, and the whole estate is draining. It's something that no one really wants to experience after a tragic loss or the like, but it's something that I don't feel we discuss enough. We've had 1,049 episodes, and only once in that time have we had any legal person come on to discuss estate planning. So you wrote a book,
Right.
and the drama begins. What inspired you to write this book?
Okay, so the book was born out of 88 presentations that I've conducted since 2016. And the reason why I conducted those presentations, and I'm still going, I'm actually on a mission, is that I want to elevate this topic to an island-wide conversation. It is so important and it impacts every single person on this island. And so I have been given the presentations, and then I decided, all those questions that people have been asking me, I decided to reduce them in the book. I posed the questions in the book, and I answer the questions, but I also, to make the book a little more user-friendly or reader-friendly, I tell 21 stories. And they are true stories. Some of them are very funny, some of them are very emotional, but they illustrate why it's so important to have an estate plan in place. And when I talk about an estate plan, I'm really talking about the process of making preparations for life circumstances. And if I can just give you one example, if, for example, you have a stroke, you're unable to advocate on your behalf, you need somebody to be able to get into your bank accounts to continue paying your bills and what have you, then you need to have in place a power of attorney. 9 times out of 10, a lot of people do not have those legal documents in place. And so I'm out there trying to, in a very, just to have that conversation with people, to make people understand it's okay to have this conversation. Don't always equate it with death or anything negative. I'm trying to make this a lifestyle and elevate it to an island-wide conversation. And I think this is what motivated me to write this book.
Now, I know you spoke a little bit just now about like some of the examples and some of the consequences, but kind of want you to touch on a little bit more about like the importance of it. Like, what have you seen with all your presentations that has made you realize, like, you know what, this is really important because this is what's happening to people?
Right. So, for example, let's take the will. Having a will in place is very important. What is a will? A will sets out how you want your assets to be managed and distributed after your death. It is a very powerful document. In the absence of a will, you'll find that the law will decide what happens to your assets. So, give you a very quick example. If you have a husband and wife, the house is in the husband's name, and he passes, leaves his wife and 2 children. People assume that the wife is the one who's going to inherit the house. That's not the case. In the absence of a will, the law decides what happens to that house. And generally, it's going to be shared between the wife and the 2 children. So it's circumstances like that happen. And you can imagine the negativity and the emotions that are running high when something like that happens. Because the wife feels she should have the house, and the two daughters feel it's only right that they have a share. So emotions fester, negativity festers, conflict in the family festers, and it just goes on from one generation to the other. And what I'm trying to do through this book and answering the questions and doing these presentations is to minimize the strife that's rampant in our community.
And the drama begins.
So, anytime someone passes away in this country, you will find that it's all about drama.
Yeah.
You will find families falling apart. Why? Because they're fighting over assets, which they're not really entitled to, but they feel they are entitled to.
Audience, if you have any questions for Mr. Trott, please send your questions and comments through. We'll get through as many as possible. Go ahead, Maya. Sorry.
Yeah. No, this is
so in the book, one of the things in the book I tried to do is the reality. So I tell you the stories. Like, my father's not my father. The man and his mistress, the common law wife. I tell all those stories. They're realistic stories. Some of them are sort of shocking in some respects, but they're realistic because this is what happens in our community.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You make me more enthralled. I really want to read this book. But let's keep talking about the steps here. So for someone just starting their estate planning journey, what's the first step that they should be taking?
Okay. Prior to November 1st, when my book dropped, I would have said to you, collect your assets, determine who you want to appoint as your executor under your will. What stuff do you have that you want to leave? I would have said to you, with respect to your power of attorney, which I'll discuss, determine who you want to appoint to deal with your financial affairs in the event that you become physically or mentally incapacitated. And I would have said to you, listen, think about who you want to appoint as that person, if you ever become physically and mentally incapacitated, that they would be the ones to advocate on your behalf in front of the doctor. I would have said that to you prior to November 1st. After November 1st, when my book dropped, I simply say to people, get the book. The book will answer, it's a basic guide. It will answer a lot of the questions that you have. Wow. It step by step, and I go through, there's a whole chapter on wills. I pose the question, I answer it. All those questions that people have asked me, same way with power of attorneys, and same way with healthcare directives, otherwise known as the healthcare directives, otherwise known as living wills. And I also touch upon things like life insurance, mortgage insurance, rest terms, financial assistance. Has a gamut of information in there. But I try to condense it in a 3-hour read. So if you get on a flight in Bermuda and you're going to Miami, by the time you get to Miami, you would have probably read it.
Gotcha.
So it's an easy read.
Okay.
I'm curious to know, like for power of attorney, if someone is somebody's power of attorney, how many times can they be somebody's power of attorney? That makes sense. Like, should someone, like, let's say for me, for instance, if someone asked me to be the power of attorney, can I also be someone else's power of attorney and then someone else's power of attorney? Like, is that smart? Is that responsible?
Yeah, you can. It depends on the person. Some people would rather just be a power of attorney for one person. That's their only responsibility. But if you have the capacity to take on another person's power of attorney, then that's totally up to you. There's no legal limit as to how many persons or how many power of attorneys you can hold at one time.
Well, the book includes a practical life planner as well.
Yes.
How can readers use this tool to start organizing their estate right away?
Awesome. So the book contains, in the back of the book, there is a life planner. And what you can do with that's how you can get started. Fill in all the information there, like where are your deeds? Where do you keep your bank accounts? What bank accounts do you have? All that information, if you can put that in the life planner, that will give you a good start to assessing what do you have in terms of an estate. It also talks about, in the event that you can fill out the forms, who you want to appoint as your power of attorney. Where do you keep your personal and important documents? Do you have a bank safe deposit box? All that information you can put in the life planner. And once you put that in there, then you get a clear picture of what it is that you have and what your challenges are. It even talks about your medical information that you can put there as well, so that if anybody reading that will see that you have to take so many medications per day. So all that information can be filled out in that life planner.
I hope you have a lot of copies we can purchase, because I think you. We will get into that, but
well, Jamel, let me tell you this here. I dropped the book on November 1st. We're now on to our second shipment.
There you go.
So I'm hoping that's an indication that people are realizing that this is important, and I'm very pleased because this is my first book I've authored, but I'm very pleased with the response. It's been amazing, beyond amazing.
You know, it's interesting because one of the things I ask people when I first meet them is, "Do you read nowadays?" I don't know why, but I always said, a couple years ago when we started this show, I said to my co-host at the time, I said, I only follow on social media people that inspire me, right? Like, so if it's just quotes all day and that I share, like things that are gonna put me in a great mindset, that are gonna be helpful to me in the short and long term. As far as books, I'm not an adventurous person. Like it has to
Yeah.
be like I'd read business books, consultant books, CEO books, leadership books, books that apply to this. This is one of those books that falls into real life that can help me. And it's along the lines of social media. Anything that I feel I can benefit from. And the reason I say all of that to say this is a book, one of our biggest mistakes in life as a collective is not being prepared for the day when it comes, whatever it is, not being prepared for the day when it comes. So I am grateful, and we have a lot more conversation to go, but I just wanted to, insert, and we've got a lot of questions coming in. We'll get to you, audience, but just, Maya, did you have another question?
I did. I have a couple, but I actually want to know, when it comes to even building an estate planning, I know people think that it should be something done when you're older, but even younger, even at
Yes.
my age, how important is it for someone like me to actually have this together?
Oh, extremely important. I talk about this in the book as well. People say to me, when should I start doing my estate plan? When I'm 60, when I'm 70? No. When you start working and collecting stuff, you start buying a boat, you start buying a house, start having a family and what have you, you're a candidate for ensuring that you have an estate plan in place, because you want to protect your family at all times. You want to be able to leave a legacy that says, I didn't leave conflict. I managed to, through my will, to ensure that the assets were distributed and everybody has a clear understanding of what my intentions were. Yeah. You want to also minimize conflict within the family. So, for example, if you are doing a healthcare directive, you're appointing somebody who you want to advocate on your behalf. In the absence of that, family members fight amongst themselves, thinking that they are the ones that should be the person to advocate on your behalf, and that's the person that you do not want. So by having a legal document in place, appointing an agent, then that agent can make that determination of what's in your best interest.
Awesome.
What do you hope that people get from reading this book?
I'm hoping people will get that it's time, Bermuda. It really is time for people to stop talking about it. Everybody talks about it. Everybody knows. As soon as somebody dies, they say, well, I hope she had a will. Everybody knows about it. People talk about it silently. But what I'm trying to do is bring it out and bring it front and center, where everyone makes it a lifestyle. Listen, let me just get my will and let me get my healthcare directive done. And let me put it in a fireproof safe with the law firm so that I could, if anything happens to me, there is no confusion. Whenever you procrastinate, procrastination means that you're going to spend more money at the end, which you could have saved at the beginning. Now, let me give you an example. If you do a power of attorney now, it's probably going to cost you a few $100s. But in the absence of a power of attorney and your family needs to race you up to Leahy or John Hopkins, they're going to need a power of attorney of some sort. What now has to happen is in the absence of a power of attorney, they now need to go to court and get a court order to be able to carry out your affairs. That rate can cost you a couple of $1,000s. And so anytime in life you procrastinate, as you know, it's going to be expensive at the end. So I'm trying to get people to deal with it now at a reasonable price, to give them peace of mind, because like the book says, control equals peace of mind. Anytime you're in control, you will always have peace of mind. It's when you don't have that control, the confusion and conflict sets in.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I know you talk a lot about even having these conversations in the family early, and to get it out there. But I have a question about should this, because we talk about it a lot, should this be something implemented in the schools? When we talk about leading financial literacy, this type of practice, should we have it?
Oh yeah. I want this to be, I want this implemented in the schools, implemented everywhere. I want everybody talking about it, because you see in Bermuda right now, as you know, cancer is on the rise, multiple sclerosis is on the rise. You can you can name it. Every I don't like to call them diseases. I tend to call them ailments, because I think disease has a negative connotation to it. Yeah. But the ailments in our countries are rising.
Yeah.
Where you need to have an estate plan of some sort. Somebody has to be appointed to advocate on your behalf. Somebody has to sit there in front of the doctor and say, why are you sending this person to John Hopkins and not Leahy? Or why are you giving them this generic drug and not this drug? So they need legal authority to be able to do that. They need legal authority to be able to access your bank accounts. And in the absence of that legal authority, you're going to have to go to court, and it's very expensive.
Let's go to the audience. We've got quite a few comments and questions. Thanks to our loyal audience member, Traveling Trott. He says she's attended one of those workshops and it was insightful. I'm happy to hear that. Suzanne Ingham says, Mr. Trott is the one. He makes it easy and it's clearly laid out. Thank you, Mr. Trott. Shanna Smith said, this education is so needed. I deal with elements of this almost every day in my work with seniors. Got a question here. Karen Simmons is asking, does a will have to be notarized, but also power of attorney and executor, should they be different people?
Okay. A will does not need to be notarized. A will is personal to you, by the way. You don't have to reveal the information to anyone. That's number one. With respect to and the second question was, I didn't get the second one. It was about the power of attorney.
Yeah, it was basically power of attorney and executor, should they be different people?
Yeah, they can be different people. So the executor, you're looking for someone who's just going to probate your estate, ensure that the assets are distributed according to the terms of your will. That person needs to be detached. They need not get emotional with the beneficiaries. The person you appoint for your power of attorney, generally it should be somebody who's financially savvy, because they're going to have to make a lot of financial decisions for you. So let me give you an example. You're recuperating for 3 months. Your mortgage needs to be paid. That person can go to the bank, negotiate with the bank to see if the bank will accept interest-only payments for a period of 3 months to give you time to get back on your feet. So whoever you appoint as your power of attorney generally should have some sort of financial awareness about them.
Got you. We've got Nicole Walker. She said, I've attended 2 or 3 Paris presentations and I've learned so much. I've been encouraging all my family and friends to get their affairs in order from medical directors, wills, childcare. What is the hesitation you think with people actually getting on top of this?
Nobody wants to die. No, in a nutshell, that's people are fearful. They have this superstition that if I make my will now, I'm going to die right after. No, that's not true. It's fear. It's fear. And I get it. And so that's why I decided to write the book, do the presentations, approach it where you feel comfortable. I'm constantly looking for tools that is going to make the reader and the person sitting in my presentation comfortable. It's okay. It's okay to have the conversation. It's been a while. People just stay away from it, but I want to bring them front and center and say, it's okay. We can have the conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's see if we can make this a natural part of our lifestyle.
Indeed. Charles H. Jefferson II is asking, what's the timeline for an estate to be settled with a will versus without a will?
Oh, it doesn't matter. What he's asking there is, how long is it going to take to probate someone's estate? Whether they die intestate, that means without a will, or they die with a will, which is testate. It normally now it takes anywhere between 6 months to a year to settle someone's estate.
Okay. Yeah, it was, I believe, just over 2 years for my mom's.
Right. So when COVID was kicked in, it took a lot longer than that. Sometimes it took almost up to 3 years, but they're gradually getting the numbers down. So you're looking at roughly 6 months to a year now.
Okay, that's better. Charles H. Jefferson II, he said, I'm a huge advocate for having power of attorney with my mom's dementia. It allowed her to manage her affairs easier than without.
Important. So what I'm a strong believer in is it's called an enduring power of attorney. What that is only kicks in when your doctor has certified you as being physically or mentally incapacitated. So what you would do, you would appoint an agent, and if something happens to you, you would get a certified copy of the enduring power of attorney together with the doctor's certificate, and you can go and transact that person's business whilst that person is either physically or mentally incapacitated.
Okay, good information. Rosalind Fame is asking, can we have him on to do a monthly series of interviews?
No.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Trott, you seem very busy.
Yeah. And also, I'm not very disciplined in terms of time. I like to do so many things, and so tying me down is very difficult. I guess, and I'll tell you, there's something you said at the beginning of the show, which I found very interesting, which brought my attention to this here. I don't know if you've ever heard of the 80%, 20% lifestyle. 80% of the people, they say that 80% of the people in this world are living to die. They get up every morning, they do the same thing over and over again. And then you've got 20% of the people in this world who are dying to live. Those people know their purpose. They're able to set their goals. And so therefore, they want to eat up every experience that life has to offer. And it's interesting when I go through, as I go through my day and go through my week, I'm always looking at that. Am I going to fall in the 20% or am I going to relapse into the 80%? But it's a very interesting conversation that was talked about, I think, about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's yeah.
It's the routine. Yeah. I think
Yeah, the routine.
It's part of programming, right?
Yeah, that is.
Micah Smith's asking, is there a statute of limitations from when someone dies until you apply for the probate process?
Yeah, you really should. Generally, you should, within 12 months of a person's death, you should apply for what we call probate, or you should probate the person's estate. Otherwise, the registrar or the courts are going to want to know why. So I tell you what, anytime somebody passes in this country, I impress upon the family, please ensure you probate the estate as soon as possible, because if you don't, issues arise in the future which can be quite costly.
Yeah. This is such good information. Charles A. Chefs II, he says, I plan on buying several copies for family and friends for Christmas gifts. Is this book only applicable to those living in Bermuda then?
Well, I'm making it applicable. Yes, it is. It is applicable to only those living in Bermuda, but because you'll find that in a lot of jurisdictions in the Caribbean, for example, we practice similar laws, so they will find that experience useful in those jurisdictions, whether it's Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Cayman. It's very similar law.
All righty. Shiga Rain is asking, what is the role of the executor?
Okay, what the executor does, they are the ones who, upon your death, will collect in your assets, ensure that your debts are paid off, and ensure that the assets are distributed according to the terms of your will or according to the terms of the law. Generally, they will seek the help of a lawyer to do that. The lawyer tends to do all the legwork, but that's the role in a nutshell of what an executor is supposed to do.
All righty. And Sean Smith saying, I may have missed it, but what is the average cost for estate planning as well as power of attorney?
Okay, so it would depend on the law firm you go to. We charge a flat rate simply because our experience tells us, because of experience, and some lawyers charge by the hour.
All right. When I get back to the book, I know we've got to head out, but final question. And Rosalind Famous asking, can we buy your book online for those who don't live in Bermuda? But also, is it available digitally?
Right. So the book, easy way to buy it. You can go on to perrytrott.com. I have a website. In that website, you're going to find a lot of other things as well. And stay tuned to the website because there's a lot of other information that's going to be put up shortly. So you would go on perrytrott.com and you can buy the book. You have a choice. We can deliver it to you outside of Hamilton for a set fee or within Hamilton, again, for a set fee, or you can collect it at my office, which is Trott and Duncan.
All righty. Thank you so much for this conversation.
And your question digitally, right now you've got the only digital part would be the planner. So if you don't want to buy the book, you can buy the planner.
Oh, okay.
We do have that online as well.
All right. Thank you so much for making time to have this conversation with our audience. Again, I know it's hard to do things regularly, but it's got me thinking that we need to ensure that we're having these conversations more than twice every 1,050 episodes. So thank you so much. Right. I've seen quite a few people in the audience say that they are purchasing for their family and friends. Co-walker and the like. Is there anything you'd like to say to the people before you head out?
Right. The only thing I would say to people is this: please, if you can't get the book, try and attend one of my presentations. You can go on my website. The website will set out where the presentations are going to be held. But if you can, please buy the book. It's a short read. It has wonderful stories in there. One story I would direct you to is called "Me and My Sister." It's my personal story. It's the longest chapter in the book, and the reason why I needed to tell the story is to say I understand what people go through. I have an idea. I don't stand in your shoes, but I have an idea of what you're going through, and it's called "Me and My Sister." And you should find that very interesting, and why it's so important to have an estate plan in place.
All right, Perry Trott, thank you so much. And the drama begins.
And the drama begins, yes.
Thank you so much for this conversation. We'll be in touch with you. Have a wonderful day.
You as well. Thank you very much.
No problem. Mr. Perry Trott, folks, if you appreciated that conversation, found the information helpful, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. Make sure you share that most important conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. We're going to take a final break. It's our Friday today. It's our final show of the week. So we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do a hashtag giveaway as well. So don't go anywhere. It might be your opportunity to win a prize today. We'll be back in 3 minutes, 1 second. Stick with us.
Live exceptionally with HSBC MasterCard Pay with Rewards. Transform your points into what you love and get closer to winning an unforgettable trip to Dubai or one of 3 luxury experiences in Bermuda. To start following these steps, download the Pay and Rewards app from the App Store or Google Play. Register your HSBC MasterCard credit card in the app. Set your preferences to use points automatically or for your next purchase. Use your HSBC MasterCard for every purchase and redeem your points into rewards. In addition, for every $300 spent with your HSBC MasterCard, earn a chance to win an incredible monthly experience. Terms and conditions apply. HSBC is licensed to conduct banking and investment business by the Bermuda Monetary Authority.
When it comes to footwear, we carry functional, comfortable, orthopedic, and waterproof shoes. We have construction shoes, golf shoes, shoes for walking, shoes for boating. We even have shoes for pickleball. We have shoes for everyone. With brands by Skechers, Atrax, Propay, Easy Street, Nursemates, Clogs, Avenger, Cherokee, Cat, Frog Talk, and DeWalt. The list goes on.
See it all at our new expanded location on Bakery Lane.
At Mailboxes, we believe in transparent pricing with no hidden fees. Only ever charging you 3 line items: duties and taxes, insurance, and shipping from end to end, so that you can enjoy Bermuda's fastest shipping experience.
All right. Who was the first woman to become not just the first female opposition leader in Bermuda, but throughout the entire British Commonwealth?
Dame Lewis Brown Evans.
Hey, buddy. Hun, who was the first woman to serve as opposition leader, not just in Bermuda, but throughout the entire British Commonwealth?
Dame Lewis Brown Evans.
Mason, what did you say?
Dame Lewis Brown Evans.
Dame Lewis Brown Evans? Where do you find that?
They're Mommy playing Bermuda Trivia.
Mommy playing Bermuda Trivia.
Oh, honey, I'm so proud of you. Good job.
It's true. Children are a reflection of their environment. Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Fun with a purpose. To educate, to entertain, to inform, to inspire, to learn, and to enjoy. Bermuda Trivia. All volumes now available at various stores throughout Bermuda. Visit bermudatrivia.com to learn more and follow Bermuda Trivia on your favorite social media platforms.
All right, welcome back to the Big Show. Thanks again to Perry Trott for stopping by. And the drama begins, available now, already on its second shipment. I know I'm getting my copy. Audience, I'd encourage you. Hey, might be a good Christmas gift, or if you don't celebrate Christmas, just a gift, period, right? Just something to have. Thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Medical House Lenders and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring we can have these kind of conversations with you on a regular basis. And if you haven't already, regardless platform, make sure you give us a like, a love, a thumbs up. Make sure you share the conversation with your friends, your family, your colleagues. Ensure that the people in your life have access to these most important community conversations. It is time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia, now available at stores throughout Bermuda. Bermuda Trivia, the Black History Edition, is now available as of yesterday in Brown & Co., Caesars, and Robertsons. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. All right, Maya, it's holiday trivia. And I really did pick the first one. And folks, I'm a crack on Maya after this, and she knows why once I read it. All right.
Okay.
What holiday typically is celebrated on the 4th Thursday in November?
Oh, away.
Maya, I literally picked it up. I didn't pick this. Can I tell them why? I found that just so funny.
It's not even that funny. Whatever.
Because folks, Thanksgiving week, we usually don't do a show on Thanksgiving, Black Friday. So last week, Maya was like, "Oh, we're not doing a show Thanksgiving." She's excited. Oh boy. On Sunday, Maya thought that Thanksgiving was Monday. She thought we didn't have a show on Monday. And it was the funniest thing to me because I was just like, okay, Jamel, Maya don't know. And then it hit me. Maybe Canada's Thanksgiving's on a Monday or something like that, right? Is it?
I don't know. I don't celebrate these things.
Hey, the amount of I don't give a you know what in Maya when she didn't know was like, oh, okay, whatever. All right, so we'll just be off on Thursday and Friday, not Monday. But it was quite funny to me. She didn't know, folks. So that's why I think the question just popping up made sense. Renee is here to tell you, though. She said Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday. And
You ever seen those social media quotes where it's just like Thanksgiving, Thursday, and 8 p.m. all have the same feelings? Yeah, that's what I'm getting now.
Like whatever. Yeah, I got you. Well, hey, I'm with MP on whether or not
To
celebrating.
be fair, you said that we weren't having shows on Monday and Tuesday. To me, I think you had it wrong. I'm just saying, because then I was like, oh, I got 5 days off in a row. That's crazy. You're just like, yeah.
Thanksgiving, you said, oh, we have 5 days on a row. I didn't say Monday, Tuesday. You thought Monday, Tuesday. I'm just saying.
Oh, in a row. And that's why I'm confused as to why. Anyway, audience, that's it. That's the whole.
Yeah, because this is our fight you don't see backstage. All right, this is what you see. All right, so thanks. Oh, see, Charles did say Canada Thanksgiving is on a Monday. See, I didn't know that. So Maya didn't know US. I didn't know Canada. All right, we're even. Thank you, Charles. Let's do the giveaway. Hashtag the Daily Hour, folks, while Maya and I give our final thoughts. So hashtag the Daily Hour is going to be the code today to join us. Why is that showing up? Hashtag the Daily Hour. Maya, let's give our final thoughts on Black Friday and then the estate planning conversation with Mr. Perry.
Black Friday, look, if you are going to take part of it, just be safe and hopefully you get a deal that's worth it for you and your family. That's the main meat that I can say about it. When it comes to our conversation with Mr. Perry, such an important one. We always stay away from money, from politics sometimes, and from religion. Like those are the main things that normally in conversations we always taught not to like engage on. But money and family, man, it's so important to know these things and to know what you have, what you don't, and where it's gonna go. I'm not saying like he's telling with you have a will, you probably don't want to like let everything out right there and then, but have your family's back. Again, avoid the drama if you can and get things put in place, please. Like that's so crucial and important.
Indeed. Thank you for that, MP. I think I'm going to echo what you said. You don't make it so easy when I can do that. What you said regarding Black Friday. Look, if you find a good deal, get it. If you can afford it, and if you're able, do what you do. Unfortunately, it's not going to be any discounts on the things that many of us were hoping for earlier, but that's okay. You may still find a deal in something. Like for me, I may look at something that may be on sale. It may seem material to others, but it may be work related for Maya and myself, right? Something that's going to help us with our livelihood. So look out for stuff that may, you may be able to help you live better. Check it out. As far as the conversation with Mr. Perry Trott, I will say this much. I will be purchasing the book, and it'll probably be a gift that I'm going to purchase as well. having dealt with this recently, I would encourage all of us, just as beings, to sit with someone. I think one of the challenges we didn't necessarily get into is some people fear going to lawyers because of the cost of a lawyer, right? And so I think his book, using it as a guide, the part in it that you asked about, Maya, the planning tool, utilize it and work with someone. Bermuda's so small. We all either know a lawyer or someone who knows a lawyer that may be able to direct us in this. But I think having someone who's presenting this information to help us, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. All right, let's do this giveaway, Maya, and then we'll do the. I have to go to it, and let's hit that draw to see who's going to be joining Michelle White and Sheldon. Michelle Doors, sorry, and Sheldon. Here we go. All right, here we go. Who's it gonna be? Traveling Trotty. You know what? We'll spin that one more time because we've only got 3 days today, so we could get 2 more people in it. Actually, we'll spin it 2 more times. Traveling 5 people. Give them a shot. It's only, we're a community show. Let's put traveling down there. Who else is it going to be? Pamela Wade. Congratulations. And one more time. So we got 5 people. How can I sync that drum roll up, man?
Anika Shields.
Yeah, we got to work on that, huh, man? Like that drum roll coming a bit too early. That would probably define my life. That would probably be me to a T.
The drum roll's coming a bit too early.
Not being on time, being out of sync. All right, here we go. Let me get my big cup that I can put my hand down, and we're gonna put Michelle Doors in there. She was answered the question correctly on Monday, and then we've got Sheldon. He did yesterday, and then we've got Traveling Trotty, who came up today, and we've got Pamela Wade, she came up just now, and then we've got Anika. All right.
Cool.
All right, so we're gonna shake it all about and see who the lucky winner's gonna be. All right, let's see. All right.
Suspense.
I can't. Huh?
Suspense.
All right, let's see. Who's winning this week's prize? Sheldon. Congratulations, Sheldon. You are the winner. So, Sheldon, send an email to engage@thedailyhour.com. Give Sheldon a round of applause. Yeah. Send an email to engage@thedailyhour.com. If you feel the need, you can include my email, jamel@bermudacommunications.com, and we'll ensure that you get your prize this week. But Maya, do you have any daily inspiration for the audience?
Yes, I do. And I think it ties in so well with our conversation. So it's from a former British Prime Minister, and the quote is, "Plans are of little importance, but planning is essential."
I like that. I actually like that. I understand that. I think that's why I understand that. Plans versus planning. Yeah. I like that. Thank you for that, MP. Always relatable. I'm got to get on your level. I would have just chose some like Marcus Garvey thing. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, you know who I am. I know who I am. But thank you for that. And folks, please remember, this is our final show of the month and the week. We will be heading into December. Next week, we will begin giving away prizes for those who provided their email and are eligible for prizes for helping us with our survey. Thank you all so much for participating in our survey. We got a lot of information that is going to help us. I do have a question about it, though. I'm always interested, but we'll talk about that at a later date. But thank you so much. It's really helpful. I don't know if you're going to get that monthly subscription ladder or not, but, we appreciate you wanting it. But I'm just saying, we're going to be honest with them, MP. Folks, don't forget to subscribe on our website. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Monday. She's my Palacio. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please do make it a safe and a great long weekend. We are is out. Peace.